Welcome back to Autism Live. I am so excited about our next guest because I don't know if we've certainly filmed with her, and I think at least once we've had her on the show live, but once in 9 years. And she's one of my favorite people. Dr. Sienna Greener-Wooten is joining us via Skype. There she is. She is a BCBA. She is the CARD Clinical Quality Director. And I mentioned this the other day when I was talking about you being on the show that you're the person who did the intake when I brought my son to CARD, and Dr. Greener-Wooten was the person who oversaw our supervisors. And so she is a big part of our success story. I said to them, Sienna, that you are serious business when it comes to this business of helping our kids get better. But that I have also come to know that you are one of the most wonderful, kindest, sweetest people on the face of the planet. Now there, I've given it away. I know you don't like people to know that.
That's okay.
But I told them I lived in fear of you for years because you are serious. And I appreciate it every day now, how serious you were and how serious you took my son's progress and how serious you made me be about it. I think there needs to be more of that in the world. So thank you.
Well, I didn't mean to scare you.
Well, it worked. It scared me into doing the things that I needed to do. So I don't think you need to apologize for that. So explain to the folks at home, Dr. Greener-Wooten, what it is that you do at CARD.
Sure. I am the clinical quality director for CARD, and I have a team of incredibly talented BCBAs that I work with. And our sole job is to ensure that the individuals that we work with at CARD are making the best progress that they possibly can be making as a result of our ABA treatment with them. That involves a lot of different things. We do observations of all of our patients. We review their treatment programs and ensure that we can see that progress is being made. And if we can't, then we will do some consultation with our clinicians to help identify ways that we could maybe revise the treatment plan or revise something that's happening to try and see better progress.
I always explain to parents and say, imagine if you could take the dream team, people who together have so much experience and have seen every type of kiddo in every type of situation. And if you were able to go to this group of people and say, here's my kiddo, do you have anything that you would like to add or teach my team to make more progress? It would be your team. That you guys are the superheroes. You're the that's how I always picture you guys, as like the Marvel superheroes. So I say nice things about you behind your back. What's that?
Thank you.
You're welcome. So Dr. Greener-Wooten is going to be answering a couple of questions that you guys have written in. I want to start with one that came in on our Facebook just yesterday. A parent wrote in and said, how can I help with my son who has been climbing almost nonstop when home?
It seems like our audio's cutting in and out a little bit. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfectly fine. Did you hear what the question was?
I didn't, but I can hear you now, so let's try it again.
Okay, so the question was, how can I help with my son who has been climbing almost nonstop when home? And I do want to say, I didn't give the disclaimer before that Dr. Greener-Wooten is going to answer your questions in a general nature, that no one in this format can give individual specific advice. So keep that in mind. But Dr. Greener-Wooten, did you hear that time, or should I call you?
I did.
Okay, great.
I did. So it sounds like a caregiver has a son who's climbing pretty nonstop when home. So here, just like we would with treating, I think, any behavior that we maybe want to see decrease or go away, the most important first step, if possible, is to try and identify why that behavior is occurring, which is what we call the function. And then also any other important patterns or information about that behavior. So in this situation, I would assume that he's climbing because it's fun. It's something that he likes to do, but that could be an incorrect assumption. So, what is he climbing? Is he climbing on anything that can be climbed? Is it happening at certain times of the day or after certain activities? Does it happen when caregivers are engaged in certain activities, which might mean that he's trying to get your attention. So it's always important to try and figure out why it's happening. And then from there, you can start to develop intervention that addresses the why. Because if you don't address the why or the function behind it, it's just going to cycle through different types of the same behavior. So assuming here that it's happening maybe because it's fun, it's maybe a motor activity, I would probably start with trying to find some more appropriate replacement behaviors for this. So can you get him involved in more appropriate leisure time tasks, especially when you're busy? And it doesn't have to be something that it doesn't have to be a structured teaching task necessarily. It could be something that he enjoys doing almost as much as the climbing. That way you're free to do the things that you need to do in your home without having to worry about, is he going to fall off of the bookshelf or whatever it is he's climbing. So that would probably be the first place to start, is can you have him involved in something more appropriate when you're busy? And then to try and meet that same need, assuming, if it's some sort of a sensory or, a physical need that he has, can you allow some appropriate and or safe climbing on a play structure, maybe outside at regular intervals? So if you've got a lot of energy, that energy's got to go somewhere. So is there a way to maybe structure his time so that that's happening in a more appropriate way? You can also potentially set some rules for what is and isn't okay in the home, what can and can't be climbed on. Sometimes they, I'm not sure how old he is, but sometimes they have those, lighter weight play structures that can be inside. So that might be an option. And just give him those rules about what he can and can't do. And then when he follows those rules, you should praise him and try and give him access to something else that he likes doing as well. So that would probably be the first place I would start here.
Wonderful. I love all of that. Hey, thanks for watching Autism Live. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.